it just highlights the deep flaws that we have as human beings, that so much is unresolved, so much can be unconscious actions that we seemingly have no control over, that we hate ourselves for and have huge self-loathing for and have to overlook.
Hello, how are you?
Nice to see you. I'm so well. How are you doing?
I am doing so well, especially after having watched Wednesday, loving it, living for it. I especially love Weem's dynamic with Morticia. You had very few scenes together, but I need a prequel. I need to know everything that happened in your school days at Nevermore. Can you talk about playing that with Catherine Zeta-Jones?
I really loved that relationship so much. There's always something really energizing about two people that hate each other. I think that it really, really works. And Larissa Weems has grown up always being in the shadow of Morticia. Morticia has excelled at everything. She is the captain of all the teams. She is top of the class. She just outdoes everybody. And Larissa, as her roommate, is constantly in her shadow and constantly overlooked. And I think that that's something that is a feeling that many of us can relate to. And I think it's very fueling, that feeling. I also thought, though, rather than it just be kind of a one-dimensional hate of two women pitted against each other, there's something to be said about when you live with someone or you're forced together with someone to coexist with them, and the way in which what can feel like or appear as a kind of hatred actually contains a very deep and intense love. And that can be about obsession, fixation, sort of hot-breathed admiration of someone. So I wanted that to be in there too. I think it was probably, I'm really pleased you liked it. I think it's probably helped by the fact I was completely in awe of Catherine Zeta-Jones. And she is a proper star. She is a star and she is a movie star. And it was... I was quite starstruck, and I also really didn't want to mess up because she is a brilliant actress, and the last thing I wanted was to cause her any degree of pain. So she was great fun and hugely generous, and I was silent and probably quite weird. So I'm sure it maybe just fed into the reality of the scene.
Well, you absolutely rose to the occasion on screen. It was all there, waiting for me to dive into.
Good. Thank you.
You're welcome. I also love this, push and pull between Wednesday and Weems, where Wednesday keeps calling her out for maybe putting reputation above safety. But no one else is looking out for these kids like Larissa Weems is. I mean, literally, there's only 2 teachers at the school. So what do you think is her relationship to Nevermore?
It's so interesting, that relationship. I'm really glad that you've touched upon it, because I think Larissa is hugely protective of the institution. And I think the morality question it gives us is, if you are in service of something good, to what ends are you allowed to go? How badly are you allowed to behave in order to uphold that precious good thing? And I think that's a very interesting question, particularly during our time. So where is the line? And also it just highlights the deep flaws that we have as human beings, that so much is unresolved, so much can be unconscious actions that we seemingly have no control over, that we hate ourselves for and have huge self-loathing for and have to overlook. And how much are we ever in service of an idea larger than ourselves? How much is it truly about the ultimate goal, and how much is it about being in service of our own ego? So those were really interesting, polarizing ideas that I found in the script. And I just loved the relationship between Wednesday and Weems. I think that Wednesday presents an ultimate conundrum to Weems. She doesn't have a partner. The school is her life. This is her greatest position of power that she's ever experienced in her life. She feels she's totally in service of these kids that have nowhere else to go. She is also a total outcast and cannot live, although has developed skills to function in the real world. So it's just fascinating that there's the living embodiment of an atom bomb presented to her in the form of Wednesday. That's a reminder of the past and the complexity and hypocrisy of her present, and leaves her constantly pondering what her future will be.
That is an incredible answer. You have just made Wednesday even deeper of a story than it was. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed it. And you. Have a great day.
I'm so pleased you liked it. And I'm so happy you enjoyed my performance. And really, thank you for enjoying the whole thing.
You're welcome. Thank you for giving it to me.